All right, many believe Caitlin Clark has Rookie of the Year all locked up, but Angel Reese is having a historic season as well. She needs just one more double-double to break the rookie record. She's also had 20 or more rebounds in her last 3 games. No other WNBA player has done that. Reese is averaging 13.5 points and a league-high 12.9 boards a game. Rodney, why is she receiving so much hate right now?
Oh, you trying to set me up for the what up? Okay, I see what you did there. I think that her game is just not attractive, right? Like there's something about having a high motor that's great, but nobody really desires to watch Dennis Rodman and make Dennis Rodman the focal point of their viewing pleasure when watching NBA basketball, right? Like that was never a thing. Like I love Draymond Green, but nobody is really tuned in unless you're like a true hoops nerd to the nuances of Draymond Green's game. I think there are a lot of players in the WNBA who are just more fluid athletes. They can shoot it. They can shoot it from deep. They have ball handling ability. And Angel Reese doesn't have any of that, right? Like she's a bulldog on the court. And so again, the game of basketball, much like every other game, is all about at this point fluidity and motion, right? The flowness of motion. And she just doesn't really do the things that are aesthetically pleasing to a majority of audiences. So I think, but I think her star power is so big. It's like y'all telling us to watch this woman, but her game ain't attractive. So I think that's where some of the criticism comes into play. Why do you think she's receiving so much hate, since you want to put it in my lap like that?
I mean, I don't know. That's why I asked the question. I'm really
You don't know?
When you
don't have a clue?
No. When you literally go on Twitter and you search Rookie of the Year, Angel Reese, it is like everybody talking about why she's not a good basketball player. And I think that that's kind of hurtful because obviously she's doing things. Yes, okay, a lot of her rebounds are her own rebounds. But I mean, I feel like she's doing stuff like I just mentioned. She's having a historic season just like Caitlin Clark is. And I think that she deserves a lot more credit than what she's getting.
Can we stop? See, so that right there is part of the problem. Let's stop comparing her to Caitlin Clark. Like, let's not compare her
I'm saying
season.
people are doing that. People are comparing.
Okay, because you said that she's having as great a season as Caitlin Clark, which is not true.
I said she's having a historic season just like Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, but
Caitlin Clark is setting assist records. She's setting rebound rookie records. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, those are very different. They're very different things. And so I think that's where a lot of the hate comes in, if I can be honest. Like that, there is a level of disdain, right, for people who kind of position them against each other. And it makes people's defense of Caitlin become an attack on Angel. I think if we really want to resolve Angel receiving as much vitriol as she does, we have to separate the two, because right now they are conjoined. They're twins. And so, but Angel's game is very, 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 very different than Caitlin's. Caitlin's game is the evolution of basketball, not just for women, but for hoopers in general. Whereas Angel's game is not that. And so if we're able to stop tying them together, I think way more people will appreciate the things that Angel does well, as opposed to defending the greatness that is Caitlin Clark and what she does well. So yeah, I think that's a huge thing that we have to be cognizant of, especially in media, just because it does tend to get nasty. I do honor and recognize that some of the things that are said about Angel are hurtful, but maybe now she'll have a chance to talk about what actually is bothering her, because she has a podcast coming out. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what I'm wanting, to separate them. Why is she receiving hate? Or if you search, like I said, if you search on Twitter, Angel Reese, Rookie of the Year, it's everybody bashing her, talking about why she's not deserving or anything. There's not a lot of love in that space. And so that I can feel like that could be hurtful. But in that podcast, she's just been doing a lot of press stuff about the podcast. And she said that she's not worried about individual accolades. So she doesn't even care if she gets Rookie of the Year or not, or even be in the conversation. So maybe that's helpful for her. But yeah, I mean, I just think that the hate, the vitriol for Angel is just, especially coming from people who have never won a national championship, let alone can bounce a basketball.
Yeah, listen, social media is a bubble, and I don't want us to ever feel like social media is reflective of the entirety of society's opinion, thoughts, feelings on any particular person, subject matter, or anything like that, right? Like, we all exist in a very curated, algorithmic bubble, and so maybe the searches just are, in alignment with a very specific audience and demographic. Ever since old boy took over X or Twitter, whatever you want to reference it, there seems to be an uptick in just hate speech in general. So we don't know the true feelings and sentiments that people have towards Angel, because I think people that have a clear and sound mind are not on Twitter or on social media spitting hate. That's just not what people who are healthy-minded do. So I hopefully she's not too much invested into the words and thoughts of people on social media platforms, because it's not real life.
Well, you let us know down in the comments what you all think. Do you feel like Angel's hate is justified? Like Rodney says, maybe her game is not.
Wait, I didn't say it was justified. Wait, hold on. No, you're not going to do that. I didn't say it was justified. I was explaining why there's some people who don't gravitate towards the game. That's all I said.
Well, okay. Well, do you agree with Rodney? Let us know down in the comments if you agree with Rodney's sentiment on Angel's game, or do you feel like she doesn't deserve as much hate as she's getting?